Hey guys, this is Mayank from Network Kings and I'll be your instructor for MCSA and MCSE course. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into the video. So the first question which comes in everyone's mind is, what is MCSA or what is MCSE? So let me tell you. MCSA, Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate, is a certification program intended for people who seek entry-level jobs in an IT environment. And what MCSE says, which is Microsoft Certified Solutions Expert, is a certification program intended for people who want to be expert in their field. And if you want to be expert in your technology, then you can appear for MCSE. Alright. So the question comes, why we get certified? Or what is the need of certification? See, the recent statistics shows that 70% of the employers give more priority to a person having certification. So just imagine that you and your friend are going for an interview and your friend is having a certification and you are not having certification but you are only having some knowledge. So definitely the company will give more priority to your friend holding a piece of paper in his hand, right? So well, that piece of paper is of no use unless you are having the knowledge of that particular subject. Alright, if you are having knowledge, then you can appear for the certification exam to prove the world that yes, you are ready to work in a real-time environment. And definitely it will help you stay ahead of the competition. Like there are many people in the market who are having the knowledge of Windows Server 2012, but by getting certified, you can stay ahead from them, right? So there are some common frequently asked questions. How to take MCSA exam? Well, you need to prepare for the exam. Then you have to register onto the Microsoft website, and there a Pearson VUE exam center will be allotted to you, and you need to physically go onto that center and you have to appear for the exam. Alright, who should take this course? Well, anyone who wishes to be either MCSA or MCSE certified. Pre-requirements, like usually people ask, like, is there any pre-requirements? Do we need to get any basic knowledge or something like that? Well, you just need to have a desire to become Microsoft MCSA or MCSE certified. Alright, other than this, there are no pre-requirements. What will you learn? Well, you will be learning this much, that you will be able to work in a real-time environment and you can easily pass Microsoft MCSA or MCSE exams. What is the cost of the examination? So let us quickly go on to the Google and ask Google that what is the cost of the MCSA exam. Okay, so I'm simply gonna type MCSA exam cost, right? So it is showing me $80 per exam. So in MCSA we are having 3 exams and in MCSE we are having 2 exams. Alright, and per exam the cost is $80. So if you want to appear for an exam, then $80 is the cost per exam. Okay, fine. What are the job opportunities you will be getting after completing this course? So let me go to the most famous portal, which is naukri.com. okay, and here I am going to search the jobs regarding Windows servers. Alright, so I'm searching over here system administrator, okay, and I simply click on this search button and see there are 2,406 jobs available in the market, right? So there are many jobs for you. You just need to gain the knowledge of Windows Server 2012, which will be provided in this course, and after that you can register yourself to the naukri.com and you can easily apply for the jobs. Alright, okay, so let me discuss some more common questions with you. So you people may think that the Windows Server 2016 is the latest in the market, but still we are trying to learn Windows Server 2012. Why? See, if you go into the market, then you will notice that most of the people are still using Windows Server 2012. Alright, and yes, you can directly jump into 2016, there is no problem, but 2016 is a bit difficult as compared, because it is having a bit more advanced features. So what my suggestion is, you should start with Windows Server 2012 and at any time you can upgrade to Windows Server 2016 by just giving one exam. All right, and we'll be providing you some basic knowledge of Windows Server 2016 also, but at the end of the course, right, I'll be telling you about some features of Windows Server 2016 at the end of the course. So you don't need to worry about this thing that you'll miss Windows Server 2016. Definitely you will be getting an introduction of Windows Server 2016 at the end of the course, which is complimentary for you. Alright, so the other question is Linux mandatory? No, Linux is not mandatory. Linux is totally different operating system. You are working in Windows environment, so Linux is not mandatory. Is it good after ccna? Well, if you have done ccna already, then it is an advantage for you to do Windows Server 2012. Will the class be in Hindi or English? Well, the class will be in English only. What is a salary package? So everyone is worried about salaries, right? So for this, let me take you to Google. Okay, now on Google, I'll just simply type pay scale, right? And over here, I'll select India as my country to actually check that what salary package should I get, right? So in the job title, I'll type system administrator, right? And I'll simply click on search. Yeah, so it is saying 3,49,480 rupees is the average salary of the system administrator, right? So this salary is just the beginner salary, right? So you can upgrade yourself, and definitely you will be getting some hike on your salaries, right, as you upgrade yourself. So exams to be followed in MCSA. Well, before discussing about these exams, let me take you to the Microsoft website and let Microsoft tell you that what exams they are basically offering. So let me go to google.com, okay, and I'll simply type MCSA, right, and I hit enter, and on the first link there is a Microsoft link, so I'll be clicking on this link only. Okay, so I'm scrolling down this page, and yes, you can just have a look over here that there are so many modules for which the MCSA course is offered. So there is MCSA BI reporting, MCSA cloud platform, MCSA data engineering with Azure, MCSA Linux on Azure. So there are a lot many modules, but what we are focusing on is MCSA Windows Server 2012. So let me explore this certification for you. Okay, so what is involved in this? Well, step 1, you need to have basic IT skills. Don't worry, if you don't have any IT skill, then each and everything will be provided to you in this course only. So we'll start from scratch. Alright, after that you need to pass 3 required exams which is being offered by Microsoft, about which I'm gonna discuss in a minute. Alright, and after passing these 3 exams, you will be actually earning your certification, your MCSA certification. And after that you are required to pass just 1 exam out of 2 exams which is offered in MCSE course. So after passing 1 exam, you will be MCSE certified. Okay, so let me scroll a bit more and let me expand this step 2, that what exams are required. So see, 7410, 7411 and 7412 exams, which are the same exams which I'm gonna just show you in my presentation. Okay, so let me move to my presentation. Okay, so we have 7410 installing and configuring Windows Server 2012, 7411 administering Windows Server 2012, 7412 configuring advanced Windows Server 2012. Okay, and let us have a look that what are the exams of MCSE. So that's 7413 designing and implementing a server infrastructure, and 7414 implementing an advanced server infrastructure. All right, okay, so let me discuss the syllabus with you, that what are the topics which we are gonna cover in this course. So the first one will be for the 7410 exam, deploying and managing Windows Server 2012, introduction to Active Directory domain services, managing Active Directory domain services objects. There is a definite answer that if you are installing some services into your system, definitely you need to actually manage that services, right? Automating Active Directory Domain Service Administration, implementing IP version 4. So everything you will get to know about the IP, that how the IP distribution has been started, where the IP came from, what is IP version 4, and what is subnetting. Each and everything you will be covered in this topic. Implementing DHCP. As most of you guys know, that DHCP is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, and in this the IP will be distributed automatically to the client machines, and we'll be learning that how this process actually occurs and how we can make our server as a DHCP server so that it has the ability to actually distribute the IP addresses to the client machines. Alright, implementing DNS. Well, DNS is domain name service, which is actually used to translate name to IP addresses and IP addresses to names. We all know that we are humans and we cannot remember so many numbers, right? But we can remember names. All the websites over the internet are being browsed through IP addresses. So there is a service which is actually translating names to IP and IP to names, right? And that service is known as DNS service. Implementing local storage. So everything about your hard disk, that how the data is being formatted, how the data is being distributed to your hard disk, what are the different types of hard disk, will be covered in implementing local storage. So implementing file and print services, implementing group policies. Now let me tell you something about the group policy. Well, every action which you perform in your computer is defined as a policy in your computer, right? So if you want to apply some restrictions to your client machines or the people who are working under you, then you can put that restriction through group policy. Alright, securing Windows servers using group policy objects. It is very much clear from the name only. Implementing server virtualization with Hyper-V. Well, Hyper-V is a virtualization software which is used to create virtual machines. Like you can have more than one machine in your physical system, and that thing can be done through Hyper-V software, which is a part of Microsoft Windows Server 2012. So we'll be learning everything about Hyper-V and virtualization in this course. So 7411 includes implementing a group policy infrastructure, that what we have learned so far, and putting that thing into an infrastructure environment. Alright, managing user desktops with group policy. As I said earlier, you can control your client machines, you can put some restrictions onto them. Managing user and service accounts, maintaining Active Directory domain services, configuring and troubleshooting DNS. Like if any of the error or problem occurs in your DNS server, then what are the tools to actually troubleshoot them, right? Configuring and troubleshooting remote access. Well, remote access is like you can actually access your server by sitting anywhere in the world remotely onto your computer screen. So we'll be learning how to configure that, and if any of the error occurs, then how to troubleshoot that in this. Alright, installing, configuring and troubleshooting the network policy server role, implementing network access protection, optimizing file services, configuring encryption and advanced auditing, deploying and maintaining server images. Like what we do in this is we can push the images to the client machine so that they can be automatically installed. Implementing update management. In this you can actually select what Windows updates you want to be installed on your client systems. Alright, like whenever you perform some Windows update, you can actually select for your computer, but in this you can just select for each and every client machines, and after that you can push those updates to the client machines and they will be installed automatically without the client's intervention. Alright, then the last topic comes monitoring Windows Server 2012. So in 7412 we are actually getting more advanced, implementing advanced network services, implementing advanced file services, implementing dynamic access control, implementing network load balancing. It is very much clear from the name, network load balancing, that you are actually balancing the load which is actually coming onto your network, right? Implementing failover clustering, with Hyper-V, like whatsoever we have like the software we actually have discussed in the 7410 syllabus. In Hyper-V, how can we actually implement failover clustering? right? Implementing disaster recovery, implementing distributed ADDS deployments, ADDS sites and replications, ADCS, ADRMS, ADEFS. These all topics we are gonna cover in our future tutorials. Alright, so when you will be giving your first exam, that's 7410, you will be getting a certification like this, Microsoft Certified Professional. Alright, this you will be getting after just giving one exam, and after giving rest of the 2 exams in the MCSA course, then you will be getting this certificate, Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate. So after that you can proudly say that you are MCSA certified, right? Okay, so I'm talking about servers from past 5 to 10 minutes. So let me give you a description through a picture that how a server actually looks like, and or what is a server, right? There are a couple of machines, or you can say there is a big machine, right, which is actually controlling the small computers, which is coming under a same domain, right? So when a big machine is controlling some other small machines, then you are said to be in a server environment, right? So let me give you a difference between client and server so it will be more clear to you. A client machine is a small computer with a basic hardware configuration. Basic means the Core i3 processor and 4 GB of RAM and 500 GB or 1 TB of hard disk. Alright, a small machine. A server machine is a high-end computer with an advanced hardware configuration. So your server machine can your server machine may have a Xenon processor and maybe 32 or 64 GB of RAM and maybe 10 terabytes of hard disk. Alright, a client is a simple and less powerful machine. It means that you cannot actually perform heavy tasks on your client machines or your normal machines, right? A server is a powerful and expensive machine. So definitely if you are putting 32 or 64 GB of RAM, if you are putting Xenon processor into it, so definitely expense will go high and the machine will come out to be more powerful. Alright, a client is used for simple tasks, like you can play games or you can edit some documents, you can watch a movie even. Okay, a server is used for storing huge data files and applications. Let me give you an example. Like everyone is using Google Drive these days, so you simply put your data on your Google Drive, but that data is actually being put on some hard disk, and that hard disk is of some server machine, right? So that server is actually storing your data files, and it is the server's responsibility to maintain the integrity of the data and the privacy of the data. Alright, so there are a huge number of users who are actually storing their files on the Google Drive. So the servers are basically used for storing the huge data files and applications onto it. Right. A client supports a single user login at a time. It means that if you are signed in your system and your friend also wants to use it simultaneously, then it is not possible in the client operating system. Right. But in server operating system, you and your friend can simultaneously log into the server, alright, at the same time, and you can work on the same system and at the same time. Alright, okay, so there are some minimum requirements which actually you need to keep in mind before installing server, right? You should be having 64-bit processor which is of 1 gigahertz or maybe more, right? And you should have at least 512 MB of RAM. Let me make it clear that 512 MB of RAM is just required to install the server onto your machine, right? If you want to actually plant a server somewhere, then you need more RAM. This much amount of RAM is just used to install the server, nothing else. If you want to make your server like actually operable into a real-time environment, then you need more RAM. Alright, and you should have at least 32 GB of hard disk space. Again, I'm telling you, this is just the minimum requirement. And for Hyper-V, like the software which I've discussed in 7410 syllabus, and if you want to use that Hyper-V software, your system should support virtualization. Alright, So there are some editions of Windows Server 2012. So there is Foundation Edition, Essentials Edition, Standard Edition, and Data Center Edition. I'll be discussing more about these editions in my upcoming tutorials. So we have reached the end of the presentation, and I hope that this presentation have cleared your all doubts. But if there is any doubt still in your mind, then you can just drop your comment in the comment section below, and we'll clear all your doubts. So I hope to see you all in my future tutorials. So good luck and see you soon.